Okay, in this video I'm going to get you started with some coding. So the first thing you want to do is create a new project. I suggest that you put it in your H drive as I've discussed before. I'm just going to call this, let's call this in1. This in 1, and click on create. Okay, as always, skip the new version. Okay, so you should be pretty familiar with this environment now, so I'm just going to get you started. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to create a new folder under the assets one, and we're going to call this scripts. It's important that you have good management, file management. Alright, then inside there we're going to create our first C# file. So we go create C# script. We're going to call this, it's important that you name it now too. Don't name it later, and I'll explain why in a second. So we're just going to call this one Hello World. Yep, that creates the file, and I'll show it. So if I double click on that, it'll open up in Visual Studio. When you get this scene, just push OK. Okay, so the reason it's important that we name it at the beginning is that becomes the name of the class. If this name here and the name of the actual file itself here become different, then we will get issues going forward. Okay, so now we're inside the Visual Studio. If yours up here doesn't say Assembly C#, it means that you're not connected properly with Visual Studio. If this is the case, if you don't see it saying Assembly C# and it doesn't autocorrect, like if I start typing in transform, you'll see that it autocorrects the word transform for me there, which is what I want. If yours doesn't do that, what you need to do is close down Visual Studio. I won't save my changes. And then in here we need to go to Edit, Preferences, go to External Tools, and make sure that this here says Visual Studio 2019. Okay? And then once that's done, you can go back into your Visual Studio editor. Alright, so we now need to put that script in our stage. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our hierarchy here. We're just going to create empty. What that is it's literally nothing there. It's just an empty object that we can attach things to. You would have been used from your experience with Unity Playground to components. So basically this Hello World is just going to be treated like a component. So I can put that there, and now it's been attached to this empty script. So the game object. If I click on different things, I don't see it. If I click on game object there, I can see the Hello World script here. So once again, I'm going to open up that script. And the first thing we're going to do is what everyone always does when they very first start programming, and that is make Hello World be printed out somewhere. So there's multiple ways we can print things out. We're just going to put ours here. So I'm going to go inside the start. You'll understand more of what this means in a later video. And I'm going to type in print, round brackets, quote, quote, Hello World. And in C#, it's important that I end with a semicolon, and then I need to save my code. So I can click up here to save, or press Control S, which is what I usually do. If I go back to my thing now, and I press play, your computers will be much faster than mine. Okay, I need to see my window. So I'm going to go to Window, General, Console. You can see there that it says Hello World. Okay, which is all I expected to do. Alright, now you're going to watch a few different videos explaining different programming concepts. I didn't make these videos. These were made by a teacher down in Christchurch, but they're for a previous version of Unity, but that's perfectly okay. The stuff he does still works perfectly okay. And then you will hear from me again in some later videos when I add some things that I think are relevant. Cool.